welcome back for Anahata Chakra. So, we've done Muladhara, Svadhisthana, Manipura, and today we are on number 4, Anahata Chakra. So, I'll read a little bit from Satyananda's wonderful Asana Pranayama Mudra Bandha book from the Bihar School of Yoga. And this came out, I believe, 1969. It's a great book. I highly recommend it. Anahata Chakra. Situated in the spine behind the sternum, level with the heart, is Anahata Chakra. The word Anahata means, literally, unstruck. All the sound in the manifested universe is produced by the striking together of two objects, which sets up vibrations or sound waves. However, the primordial sound, which issues from beyond this material world, is the source of all sound and is known as Anahad Nada, the unstruck sound. The heart center is where this sound manifests. It may be perceived by the yogi as an internal, unborn, and undying vibration, the pulse of the universe. This chakra is symbolized by a green lotus with 12 petals. In the center of the lotus is a hexagon formed by 2 interlacing triangles. This is the yantra of Vayu Tattva, the air element. The bija mantra is Yam. Anahata Chakra is the center associated with the sense of touch or feeling, the hands as in giving and taking, and emotions ranging from the narrow attachments of jealousy to unconditional love. As this level is purified, the feelings of universal fellowship and tolerance begin to develop, and all beings are accepted and loved for what they are. On the physical level, Anahata is associated with the heart and lungs and the circulatory and respiratory systems. So I'm going to read a little bit from a translation of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. It's translated by Swami Satchidananda. And it's a good translation because the Yoga Sutras are threads. That's what sutra means. It's like a suture. They're little threads of wisdom from very long ago, fallen into the hands of a person that they call Patanjali, because that means Patanjali, falling into Anjali. This is another version of Anjali Mudra. So nobody really quite knows. The specific sutra is number 27, Tasya Vakchakra Pranava. And that means the word expressive of Ishvara is the mystic sound Om, or Om is God's name as well as form. So depending on what your religious beliefs are, you can switch the word God around for the universe if you want, whatever feels good. So what they say about Anahata Chakra here, it has to do with the word Om. The name Om can be split into 3 letters, A, U, and M. That is why it is often written AUM. The entire Mandukya Upanishad, that's a very, very old book, expounds the meaning of Om. There it divides Om into 4 stages, A, U, and Anahata, or the one that is beyond verbal pronunciation. A is the beginning of all sounds. Every language begins with the letter A, or A. A is pronounced simply by opening the mouth and making sound. Ah. That sound is produced in the throat where the tongue is rooted. So audible sound begins with A or Ah. Then as the sound comes forward between the tongue and the palate up to the lips, Oo or Oo, U is produced. Then closing the lips produces a So the creation is Ah, the preservation is Oo, and the culmination is So AUM includes the entire process of sound, and all other sounds are contained within it. Thus, Om is the origin or seed from which all other sounds and words come. So in actuality, Om is dormant in all other words. After the verbal sound ends, there is still a vibration. That is the unspoken or Anahata sound, which is always in you, even before saying the A and after finishing the M. There is always a sound vibration in you that can never be destroyed. You can listen to that sound if you remain quiet. For that reason, it is also called a japa, or unrepeated. Japa means repetition, but the ajapa is that which need not be repeated. It is always going on within. It is heard only when all other sounds cease. Even thinking creates a sound, because thought itself is a form of speaking. By thinking, you distort the original sound, which transcends the beginning, continuation, and end of the Om sound. To listen to that sound, you have to keep your mind quiet, stop the thinking process, and dive within. Then you will be able to listen to that hum. So that is Anahata. It's a sound that you can't hear, even though you can hear it. So with that bit of esoteric knowledge imparted and vaguely understood by myself, possibly more understood by Brian, I don't know, we're going to come to a comfortable seat and begin rubbing your heart. We are here in the land of love, Anahata Chakra. And for some folks, love is a very complicated concept. Maybe you've been in love and been betrayed, or you've had trouble with beloved family members, children, parents, cousins, aunties, uncles, whoever has possibly made you have a more twisted experience of love. So we're going to make this love that we're cultivating right now in the heart as we rub the sternum area. A love that is just real simple and pure. Thinking puppies and kittens, babies, things that make you go, oh, look at that little tiny thing. I was at PetSmart last night and saw a pet rat for sale. And I thought, oh, look at it, it's all curled up with its tail. That's what we're cultivating here as we rub our heart. And you can take that love that you cultivate thinking of that puppy or that kitten or that baby rat or whatever it is.
Or a family member who you actually have very fond, loving feelings towards and
they haven't treated you wrong, or they've always been by your side, and they've loved you unconditionally. And I want you to turn that love in towards yourself and give that love to yourself, even if it's inspired by something outside of yourself. From here, let's take both hands and we'll bring the finger pads to the heart center. So right where the ribs split here, there's a soft spot right below the bottom of the sternum. And we're just going to press in with those fingertips and draw little circles here for our heart massage. Yes, the heart is a little higher up and to the left. But we're in the region of the heart, and this is the region that when we're in a fight, it closes up, and when we're cultivating love, it opens. The quality of the heart is air, or openness, lightness, freedom, breeze, birds flying through the air. That is love. When you're ready, switch direction, taking that heart massage the other way. And if you wanted to cultivate a breathing practice today, I encourage you to focus it, although you'll be doing your 3 or 4-part breathing, focus it on the heart and opening through the heart. A breath ratio that might be nice for this is inhaling for 6, holding for 3, exhale 6, holding out for 3. And continuing. So that that rectangle breathing, inhaling, holding, exhaling, holding, is there for you at any point if you need to tap back in. When you're ready, you can release the hands, shake them off a little bit. Make sure the feet are planted on the ground, and we're going to inhale, arms wide and up. Now, if your arms don't like to go past shoulder height, they can just go to shoulder height, or they can come up overhead. We'll exhale, drawing the arms together. Press the hands down in front of you for Prana Mudra, gesture of life force. Inhaling, originating the movement of the arms from the heart. We'll inhale, arms high. Exhale, push the hands down, sweeping that love through the body. This next time we inhale the arms up overhead or to shoulder height, let's twist to the right. Bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Right hand comes to the back of the chair or the base of the chair, depending on how your right shoulder is doing. And we'll look over the right shoulder. Take a look over your left shoulder. See where your knees are. If you need to draw that left knee back to keep it even with the right, feel free. And then again, twisting from the heart, Let's open up to the right. Inhale deeply. And exhale, unwind. We'll inhale, arms widen up overhead. Exhale, twist to the left this time. So right hand comes to the outside of the left knee. Left hand comes to the back of the chair or the base of the chair. Look at your right knee, draw it back if you need to. And then look over that left shoulder. Inhaling, opening through the heart. The heart is drawing you to the left. When you're ready, exhale, coming back to center. Hands come to your knees. We'll move forward on the chair a bit. Inhale, tall. Exhale, pour it forward from the heart. We're going to come either just down halfway with the hands on the knees, or you can slide the hands down the shins, coming to the ankles, feet, or floor. All right, I think I need to take off my handy dandy Pink Floyd socks today so I can really feel the floor beneath me. From here, exhale, forward fold. Make sure your knees are open wide enough that the heart can really sink down between the legs. And then when you're ready, you can bring that left hand to the right foot, right hand to the right knee. Left hand could come to the right knee if that's easier for you, and we'll twist and look over the right shoulder. Again, opening through the heart in our twist here. Inhale deeply. Exhale, come back to center. Hands come back down or stay at the knees. This time, let's bring the right hand to the left foot, left hand to the left knee, and right hand can come to the left knee or stay on the left foot. We'll look over the left shoulder now, leading from the heart. Inhale deeply. Exhale, unwinding, coming back down. From here, let's take both hands, so we're letting the upper body kind of rest on the legs. Interlace the hands behind the back, behind the small of the back here. And you can either keep your hands low like this, just connected to the low back and open through the shoulders, or lift the hands away from the low back. Inhale deeply here. Exhale, draw the shoulder blades together. Maybe palms of the hands are pressing together. Next inhale, we'll inhale, leading from the heart, lifting back up to seated. Exhale, release. Shake it off if you need to. From here, we'll do a little seated cat-cow and spinal rolls.
So hands on the knees. We're going to inhale, bring the heart forward. Exhale, take the heart back. Arch the back. So we're just arching it forward as we inhale, and then rounding the back as we exhale. A seated cat and cow. Just going back and forth, inhaling as we open the heart, exhaling as we take it back. And then the next time you inhale, opening the heart, on the exhale, it's round to one side and come into that seated cat, and then continue rounding to the other side, coming back into that seated cow. So now we're making a sort of a circular motion with the spine. You can imagine the hips are a big bowl, and we're stirring that bowl. But let the heart be the focus of attention. We're inhaling, opening that heart. We're exhaling, bringing it back. And when you're ready, we're going to switch the direction that we're drawing that circle. And that you can eventually make your way back to seated.
All right. From here, we've got a few seated exercises for you. In case you haven't guessed, this is going to be your day of arm stuff, because the arms are the extension of the heart. Anything you do with your arms is something you're doing with your heart, whether you're playing an epic piano recital or cooking a really lovely meal, hugging your friend, or working in the garden. It's all with the heart. So, which keep in mind too, if you're beating somebody up, that's your heart beating someone up. So yeah, so we keep working in the garden. That's maybe a gentler heart-based activity. So from here, we're going to take the arms out to the side, fold the thumbs into the palms, curl the four fingers around the thumbs, and we'll just draw little circles with our wrists. Let's inhale the arms up by the side, maybe just the shoulder height, maybe all the way overhead. Exhale, if your arms are at shoulder height, they come together. We'll bring the arms down either from overhead or from shoulder height down the middle of the body. When they get down to the hips, we'll switch direction, inhaling arms up, either to shoulder height or overhead. Exhale, arms out and down. You want to do elbows?
Sure. So we can open up the hands, flap them out, shake them out a little bit, shake out the arms. So we're getting into the elbows now. So again, thumbs come into the palms, curl the four fingers around. We're going to take the arms out to a T, relax the shoulders down the back, and we're going to take the forearms like we're making airplane propellers. You can do it a couple different ways. You can have your airplane propellers facing forward, looking like this. You can have your airplane propellers facing up, looking like this. Or you could have your airplane propellers facing down, looking like this. Or you can move through all three of them. When you're ready, switch the direction that you're drawing those airplane propeller forearm circles. Big deep breaths here. And when you're ready, you just release the arms, shake them out, flap them out.
Oh la. That was the thing. So from here, shoulders, either hands to the shoulders or just hands in your lap. We're going to draw the elbows in and down, inhaling elbows out, wide and up. Exhaling elbows in and down. If you're doing this with hands on the lap, inhale, shoulders back and up, exhale, shoulders together and down. Next time they come down, switch directions, in and up for the inhale, out and down for the exhale. And if your hands are in your lap, shoulders come in and up on the inhale, out and down, out and back on the exhale. Next, let's take the arms out into a T. This is a challenge. From here, I'm going to draw little circles with the palms face down. You want to take over for this one? I'll try not to whack you.
If you want to go wider with those circles, feel free. Keep breathing. And when you're ready, we're going to switch direction, but start small, reach long, shoulders relaxed, making tiny circles with the hands, palm face down, with the arms, palm face down. And if you want to widen them out to larger circles, feel free to go ahead and do that. And then when you're ready, we're going to just relax the arms, shake them out very vigorously, because we got to do it a whole different direction and with a whole different arm position. So when you're ready, arms out into a T again, this time palms face up. Reach long, small circles, reaching long. If you feel like you want to widen those circles, go for it. And when you're ready to switch, start small, reach long. And then if you feel like widening those circles, by all means, go for it. Oof. And when you're ready, release. Shake them out.
Yowza. From here, let's just start going back and forth, grabbing opposite shoulders, hopefully not whacking your neighbor if you're practicing with a friend, or whacking yourself by accident. And then next time the right arm is on top of the left, keep it here. We're going to extend that right hand, palm facing back to the left. From here, let's take that left arm off the shoulder, turn the left palm facing out. So we're turning via the pinky side. And then see if you can keep that left forearm connected to the back of the right arm and slide that left arm out. So my right arm is above my chest here. Deep stretch for the shoulder muscles. When you're ready, release. Shake the arms out. Maybe start grabbing opposite shoulders again. And then next time your left arm comes on top, extend that left hand to the right, palm facing back. Turn that right palm, which was on the left shoulder, out towards the center of the room. Draw that right forearm onto the back of the left forearm. So the back of the wrists are touching here. Your left arm is above the chest. You're reaching out, stretching through the back of the left shoulder. When you're ready, release, shake it all off. Without further ado, well, stand up and do some stuff, not for the arms right now this second. We'll get back to those arms. So when you're ready, take the feet kind of wide and start drawing circles with the hips. Hands can be at the hips if you like. And then when you're ready, we'll switch direction, taking those hip rolls the other way. Figure eight. Let's swim.
Yeah. And when you're ready, we'll come back to center. We're going to do figure eights with the hips. You can step in maybe just a little bit more. Now we'll do figure eights with the hips. So taking one hip forward and back, and the other hip forward and back. So just going back and forth. If you want to get the arms involved in this, you're going to make sort of a backstroking motion where the hips follow the arms, or the arms follow the hips, depending on how you look at it. And when you're ready, we're going to then switch the direction. And yes, feel free to shake it out if you need to. Now we're going to take those hips and do figure eights, taking the hip from the front to the back on each side. And again, if you want to get the arms involved in it to help, you can, now it's like you're swimming forward. Arms again, follow the hips, or hips follow the arms. And just keep breathing. Deep breaths. And when you're ready, we'll just come back to center. Feel free to shake it out. Are we getting into shaking at this point?
Mm-hmm. Let's shake.
Skeletal shaking.
Like we did last summer.
Just shake it. Shake everything out. Feel free to do one leg at a time if you want, one arm at a time. Shake everything all at the same time. Whatever you want to do, just get it all out. And then we're going to come to
Tibetan or yoga twist.
we're going to come to twisting. So no more shaking, just twisting side to side. Let's bring the hands to the heart when we do this though. So inhaling one side, exhaling the other side. Hand comes to the heart. The other hand extends out. And eventually we will just come right back to center. And again, feel free to give it a little bounce, a little shake, shaking it up, hitting the reset button.
From here, the feet relatively even, maybe a little wider than hips width distance. We're going to reach one hand down and the other hand down for a little shoulder seesaw here. Going back and forth. The challenge is trying to keep your head straight as you do this. Massaging the organs of the torso, the chest cavity, as well as the belly, abdominal cavity, all of that. It's getting a little massage right now. And then when you're ready, maybe some swaying palm tree.
So bringing the feet in maybe a little bit more. We'll take the arms out into a T, palm face down. Inhale. Reach open to one side, like grabbing like you're Grabbing a giant beach ball, exhale back through center. Inhale, opening to the other side, grabbing that beach ball. Exhale back through center. We're just going to go back and forth like this, inhaling as we reach to one side, exhaling as we come back through center. If you want, you can even look up towards the arm that's going over your head a little bit to sort of encourage that heart opening. We're reaching long up and then tilting over to one side.
If this is hard on your shoulders, you can always reach down to one side and reach down to the other side. So pointing the heart up towards the ceiling as you reach side to side.
And when you're ready, we'll just come back to center.
Now from here, you have two options. You can do our up downs, which I believe we showed before. There are two ways of doing it. One way is inhaling, hands to hips or low back, heart points up, tail tucks. Exhale, bending through the knees, folding forward, sliding the hands down the legs into your forward fold. Inhaling, coming up, heart is up. Exhale, heart pours you forward into your forward fold. The other option, obviously, is using a chair here. So inhaling, stepping towards the chair, heart is up. Exhale, step away from the chair, heart comes down, sliding the hands down the back of the chair, maybe to the ground. Inhale, hands come up the chair, we'll step towards the chair, heart is up. Exhale, folding forward. So the other option here is, and you see I'm making room for myself for this one, spider stretches. Very similar to Breath of Joy if you're familiar with that yoga practice. So feet are a little wide here just so you have a nice strong firm base. What this looks like, and maybe Brian will show from the side, is I inhale, hands come out, heart comes up. Hands are stretched wide here. Exhale, forward fold. And it can be a little forward fold, or it can be all the way down forward fold, whatever feels good. Then I come up again, inhaling, hands come a little higher, still stretching the fingers wide. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, up again, hands a little higher. Exhale, forward fold. Last time, inhale, coming up, hands as high as you're comfortable taking them. Exhale, forward fold. So to do it a little quicker, it looks like this. And you don't have to go as quick as me here. You can take your time in these movements, but do emphasize the wide stretched hands. We're taking energy straight from the heart, right out the arms to the fingertips. So do what feels best for your body today. A couple more rounds. Last ones. And then we'll fold forward, bend the knees as much as you need to. You can cross arms, hold opposite elbows, let the upper body sway side to side, release the neck so the crown of the head points towards the ground. And then when you're ready, release the arms, shake it off, coming back up to standing. Oh, welcome back. So one last little standing thing before we get into balancing. I'm gonna maybe, I might come closer to the camera so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going from India to China now, and we're going to try 2 teacups. It is a Qigong practice. So I'm going to take my right hand, palm face up, and pretend there's a cup of tea on this right hand right here. My thumb is sticking out straight in front of me. From here, I'm going to lead from the thumb, drawing that right hand to the right. Maybe it's like I'm serving a tray of wonderful canapes. Something wonderful. I don't even know what a canape is. From here, we'll draw that thumb towards my head. You can see my head a little better. Fingers are pointing back. From here, elbow comes up, fingers point towards the front. I'm trying not to spill that cup of tea. So it's up, back, elbows up, and then the wrist curls through here. So hopefully you get the idea. If not, do a Google search on Qigong, that's Qigong, 2 teacups. And you can watch other people doing this that maybe describe it better than me. We'll do a little bit more. Speaking of puppies and kittens, my cat has totally passed out on my little cheat sheet telling me what comes next. We'll see how this goes. When you're ready, switch direction if you can. So starting maybe again with the hand just at hip height, we'll bring the pinky towards the body, back away from you, elbow comes up, and then you turn around. So you're getting a rotation here for the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder. This is a great practice for literally winding away shoulder tension. Unless, of course, you're feeling very overwhelmed, in which case it might be giving you shoulder tension, in which case we shake the arm low like this, like you're turning a doorknob on the ground. So let's try with the other arm. Other hand in front of you, in this case my left, thumb sticking out, leading from the thumb. The hand comes out, up, fingers point towards you, elbow points up, hand curls. Here we go. I'm trying not to spill my other cup of tea here. And then when you're ready, we'll switch directions using the pinky as the leading part of the hand. So it's twisting and twisting and twisting. The wrist twists, then the elbow, then the shoulder. And if you're feeling like, I'm a pro, I can do this no matter what, shake it off. Do your little turning the doorknob on the ground here, loosening through the shoulders. Both hands, if you want. Thumbs pointing out, opening out wide and up. Thumbs come in and down. So you might even find that this encourages you to do this sort of back and forth motion with the spine, opening the heart and then bringing it back down. If you want to try the other way, reverse directions. Some people like to do one and then the other. Whatever feels good for you. Shake it off. Shake off the arms particularly. Use them like little paint mixers, turning that doorknob on the ground, going back and forth from the shoulder like this. Real loose, real quick. Let's see, I can just see under my cat's belly that what we have next is balancing. So, sorry kitty, I'm going to take this chair away from you. So, I'm going to show from the side, maybe Brian's.
I think we both show it from this side.
Yeah, I think we both show from the side. Maybe we have joined feet in the middle. Who knows?
Right.
So what I'm going to do here, we're going to bump butts. So let's put our hands on the back of the chair, stepping back from the chair into your standing. Oh, hi. Into your standing warrior. Oh no, I'm sorry. Standing downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana.
I'm gonna stagger it so we don't kick each other in the butt when we go for the next part of this.
Okay. So from here, keep a bend in the knees if you need to. The spine is long. Keep your head above your shoulders if you can to keep undue pressure off the shoulders. This is your standing downward facing dog. From here, you want to take us to warrior 3 maybe?
Yes, if you want to go to warrior 3, let's assisted warrior 3 at first. We're going to spread the feet, the toes really wide on the right foot. Keep a little softness in that standing leg, that right leg. We're going to take that left leg back and then raise it. Keep that left foot activated like you're standing on the wall behind you. Try to keep the hips even, so that means if you look back at your left foot, it's the toes are pointing at the ground and not pointing out to the side, right? We're
Yeah,
not
so you
stacking
might
the
need to
hip.
keep a bend through the right knee to keep both hips pointing towards the ground here.
And then if you want to experiment with taking one or both hands off of the chair, you can go for it. Remember, the chair is always there if you need it. And just keep breathing, keep that focus going on. And when you're ready to come out of it, you're just going to bring the hands to the back of the chair, step that left foot back to the earth, maybe stand up, maybe shake out the hips a little bit. And we're going to go back and do the same exact thing on the other side. So coming back into our our standing downward facing dog first. This time let's spread the toes really wide on that left foot. Keep a little softness in that left knee, as that's going to be the standing leg. We're going to take that right leg out behind us and then maybe lifting it up off of the earth. Keep those toes pointing towards the earth so the hips are even. You can experiment with taking one or both hands off of the chair. And just keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. And when you're ready to come out of this, again, hands come to the back of the chair. Step that right foot to meet the left. Walk up to standing. Shake it out. Great job.
Yay! All right, and then from here, we come back to seated. Da, 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 da. All right. So our seated subtle practices today, we're going back to China. We just were in India. Now we're back in China with 2 of the 6 healing sounds of Qigong. So the healing sounds of Qigong are different sounds that you can make to soften tension in different organs of the body. Today, we're just going to do 2 of them, the heart and the triple burner. So the heart, when we hold tension here, a helpful sound for removing the tension from the heart is making the sound haw, H-A-W, haw. So you can either do this with the hands on the lap, or you can actually bring in a certain degree of movement through the arms, which will help you access lengthening and opening through the heart. Because remember, the heart is the location of air. We want to keep it open and flowing. So, if you're using your hands, inhale, drawing the hands towards you from overhead as if you're inhaling a beautiful, bright, ruby red light. Exhale, lean to the right, push the fingers away from you, making the sound as if you're exhaling sort of a dingy red exhaust that you just don't need anymore. So the idea is you're stretching the left side of the body where the heart is. So if you're doing this with your hands on your lap, you would inhale here, lean to the right, opening that heart up on the left. So we'll do a few rounds of that. When you're ready, inhaling. When you're ready, hands come back down to the lap. So the second healing sound I'd like to do today is the sound he or si, which is associated with the triple burner. Now, in yoga, there's the concept of the nadis. We may have talked about this in this series. The nadis are channels of energy that work their way through the body. And in fact, the nadis that go through the middle of the body correspond with, there are 3 nadis here, the Sushumna, that's the central nadi, and then Ida and Pingala nadi, which are on either side. They cross past Sushumna, and where they cross with Sushumna nadi is where the chakras are. So in China, in Chinese medicine, there is something very similar to the nadis called the meridians. If you've ever had acupuncture, you've probably heard them talk about how acupuncture is clearing of the meridians, opening of the channels of the body so energy can flow more efficiently and prevent illness and disease. So the triple burner, which kind of corresponds to the pericardium or the muscles around the heart in the West. The triple burner is a function in the body that draws heat down the meridians from the head down into the belly where it needs to be, both in yoga and in qigong. You want the heat out of the head in the body. If your mind is racing, that's heat in the head. So similarly, if you find you're one of these people that you wake up at dawn, use the bathroom, and then can't get back to sleep, if you're trying to sleep past dawn, which some of us do, then your mind might be racing. That might be what's keeping you up. That's where this sound, he helps you to open through the heart and draw the energy downward into the body, smooth out the heart rate, smooth out the body. There are times where you can't really use breathing to smooth the heart rate, like if you're dealing with a medical condition or a medical crisis. But practicing this sound many times, like 7 to 20 times, slowly, will help you to smooth out the energy, even if it's not necessarily going to cure your tachycardia. So, we'll do a few tries. Inhaling deeply, exhaling, making the sound he or C. You can try either one. And experiment with the tone of the sound, whether it's a low tone or a high tone or somewhere in the middle, and see if you feel that opening through the body in different parts of the body, depending on the tone. So when you're ready, inhale deeply, hands can just be on the lap. Couple more. Last one. And breathe naturally. Observe the smoothing of the energy in the body. That was only 6. If you had done one more, you would be passed out on the ground, totally sleeping peacefully like a baby, or our cat that's sleeping on top of my notes. So, Nadi Shodhana.
Alternate nostril breathing. Left hand comes into chin mudra or jnana mudra, or just resting in your lap. Right hand comes to pointer and middle finger, tuck into the palms, or rest on the third eye. And we're going to use the thumb and ring finger to close different nostrils. If the whole thing just becomes too confusing, you can always just alternate your hands to close different nostrils. No matter what you're doing, before we do anything, let's take a big, deep inhale. Big exhale. One more time, big inhale. Big exhale. And we're going to close off the right nostril and slowly inhale through the left nostril. Close off both nostrils, holding the breath just for a moment. And then release only the right nostril, exhaling slowly through the right nostril. And then inhaling right. Hold the breath. Exhale left. Inhale left. Hold the breath. Exhale right. Inhale right. Hold the breath. Exhale left. Inhaling left. Retain the breath. Exhale right. Inhale right. Retain the breath. Exhale left. Inhale left. Hold the breath. Exhale right. Inhale right. Retain the breath. Exhale left. And then you can release hands, breathing normally through both nostrils.
And finding a comfortable seat. Maybe sitting back in your chair, bringing your spine to the back of the chair, but keeping a suspension in the spine. Keeping the spine nice and long will prepare for meditation. So our meditation today is real simple. We're just going to be following a breath ratio again of inhaling for 6, holding for 3, exhale for 6, hold out for 3, and continuing. I'll give us a little something to think about. So if you need somewhere to turn your mind besides your breath, you'll have an image. If you would like to do a hand gesture associated with heart health in India, we have Hridaya Mudra, which looks like this. I curl my pointer finger into this little base of the thumb here, and then I put my thumb over it and bring the middle finger and the ring finger to the thumb, and then my pinky sticks out. So this is Hridaya Mudra. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. So, if you wish to do Hridaya Mudra, you're welcome to. You can keep the palms or the backs of the hands on the lap, and maybe the thumb, middle finger, and pinky, and the ring finger are sticking up, pinkies are pointing towards each other. From here, we're just going to close the eyes and inhale deeply, opening through the heart. Even though you're doing your 3 or 4 part breathing, let's keep some space in the heart. When you're ready, we'll exhale. And just continue breathing, inhaling and exhaling. And as you breathe, envision that you are at a vast plain. It could be a grassland, it could be a desert, it could be the beach looking out onto the ocean. You see a whole lot of sky wherever you are in the open air. And as you inhale, you smell and taste the sweetness of the air around you, whether it's the smell of the grassland, flowers, wheat, the smell of the ocean. And exhaling, feeling that sweetness go through you as you exhale. You feel a warm breeze touching your skin so lightly, so gently. And you feel your breath assimilating into that breeze. Next inhale, try inhaling for a count of 6. Holding, count of 3. Exhaling 6. Holding out for 3. Inhale 6. Holding 3. Exhale 6. Holding out for 3. And continuing. When the mind wanders, return yourself to that field or that open space. Or return yourself to your breathing in the open space of your heart. That could even be a field of poppies looking across to the greatest green castle of them all. And when you're ready, return yourself to your room that you're in. Release the hand gesture, wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists if you need to, shaking the hands out. And bring the hands palm face down into the lap. And then with eyes open or closed, you can lean forward, inhaling the arms wide and up, taking them to whatever height your shoulders want. Exhale, pressing the hands in and down. Inhaling, arms coming wide and up, joyful, open heart. Exhale, pushing the hands down. This last time we'll inhale, arms wide and up, bringing the palms to touch, and Anjali Mudra, the gesture of prayer. We'll exhale, palms down to the heart center. Press the thumbs to the sternum. Connecting with the good in you, or as our teacher Dee says, connecting with the God in you. So the sound of the heart chakra, Anahata Chakra, is Yam, Y-A-M, Yam. So if you would like to chant Yam with us, inhale deeply. Yam. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Thank you so much for practicing with us today. Namaste.
Namaste.
And just for the sake of, maybe you can't see him, maybe you can, the puppies and kittens of the yoga class. Let's see if we can zoom in. There he is. He's done.